we believe that God does not want this war. Yeah? God doesn't want this suffering, this deaths, and He wants this peace.
For 2 years, the war in Ukraine has been raging. More than 10,000 civilians have been killed, including children.
How many victims and injured people? How much destruction, anguish and tears in a period that is becoming terribly long and the end of which cannot be seen yet.
On the second anniversary of Russia's invasion of Ukraine, church leaders once more have called for peace and an end to the global arms trade. The Community of Sant'Egidio has provided aid and relief on the ground. The Lay Catholic Association, founded in Rome, is dedicated to social service, but also engages on an international level in peace initiatives. Paolo Impagliazzo, Secretary General of the community, shared with EWTN what they've been doing since the start of the war 2 years ago.
A partire subito dopo la guerra, dal 7 marzo.
Starting immediately after the war, from March 7th, 15 days after the beginning of the Russian invasion in Ukraine, the first shipment of humanitarian aid departed from Italy to Ukraine.
Per questo da subito.
We supported the most vulnerable, those who had to leave their homes, the refugees.
Le proprie case, I rifugiati, gli sfollati interni.
In total, the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees reports that some 6 million people have fled Ukraine, mostly women and children. While some families have returned, most are living abroad as refugees, hosted by private families or various charitable organizations.
Abbiamo sostenuto l'evacuazione, per esempio.
We supported the evacuation, for example, of disabled or elderly individuals, as well as many children.
Bambini.
We also opened shelters for the elderly and disabled in the western part of the country, in the city of Lviv.
The war's impact on children has been a major concern. The United Nations Children Aid Agency has documented nearly 600 children have been killed in the war, and some 1,224 have been injured to varying degrees, while thousands of others, mostly from occupied cities, have been forcibly deported to Russia. Russia claims to be rescuing the children from war zones. The Vatican has sent an envoy of peace, Cardinal Zuppi, and he has succeeded in bringing many children back to their families. Sant'Egidio community has organized the School of Peace initiative to work with the kids who have suffered from wartime trauma.
C'è la storia di un bambino che mi ha molto colpito, perché è un bambino che non riusciva più.
There was a child who could no longer relate to or interact with other children. He would either stay silent or scream due to the traumas he experienced during the war. He had lost his friends and didn't know who to play with. Through our School of Peace initiative, this child found a way to communicate with other children. He no longer stayed silent or screamed, but instead, he found a peaceful way to interact, play with others, and find a new family.
Infanzia, poter giocare con altri, ritrovare una famiglia.
As the war enters its third year, the mood in Ukraine has changed from one of defiant resistance with a sense of international solidarity. But as the long toll of war continues, many are beginning to experience despair and fatigue. Director of EWTN Ukraine, Father Oleksandr Zelinskyi, has been serving the people since the beginning of the war and shared in an interview to EWTN correspondent Colin Flynn how the war has affected the faith of the faithful.
We can see from one side, we can see that people try to have their ordinary life, but from the other side is this what we can't see. It's like what is inside people.
Some heaviness. Yes,
yes, some heaviness. Yes, so something which is in the heart of people. We can see everything, but this is like in the heart of people. God is with us, and He will help us to rebuild, to renew what is destroyed.
Another Catholic organization, the Order of Malta, has been providing humanitarian aid on the ground in Ukraine.
I noticed that at the beginning a strong will of population to defend their territories, their homes, their life, their style of life. And I would like to underline that also in this moment, after 2 years of war, you can see the worry of people. The question when we can find a way out, when the war will have an end.
What can we do? What can the people out there do to help bring peace in Ukraine?
Io rispondo da cristiano.
I respond as a Christian, and therefore I believe that the first work, I truly say it, the first work is that of praying. There is a need to invoke peace from God. Many times, men do not know how to give themselves peace. There is a need to ask for it. We must invoke peace.